Well, the hotel is coming up at 20 years old now. I built it on the site of an old garage, Statham's, and they were quite a famous garage at the time because back in the 1930s particularly, they raced cars and they had a famous Statham Ford special car. In fact, they had a big day in Phoenix Park in 1934. That was our biggest win. So in recognition of that heritage, back in 2016, we rebranded the bar as Statham's. And that has captured so much memory and brought back the heritage of the site, and local people and particularly guests really interested to see the history of the site. While we built the hotel to a high standard at the time, and at that time I was managing partner in Nolan Ryan, which was Ireland's largest Indigenous quantity surveying practice, so we had a lot of building experience of this kind of project. So we had experience and knowledge of the industry, so we got a good build. But notwithstanding that, that's nearly 20 years ago. Things have moved on, and over the last few years we've made quite a few changes to keep pace with guest expectations and improvements generally. In the last few years, we've become much more focused on energy efficiency, on making the business lean and efficient, because everybody wants a rewarding career, everybody wants to be well paid. We have to be efficient, we have to be lean in order to do that, and I'm a great believer in making things easy, but it's easy to be good. We make it, simplify the process, we streamline what we do so that we can be consistently very good. That's really important for us in the hospitality game. About 10 years ago we started master planning and where we'd see the overall future of the hotel going. And in 2019 we started with our biggest project, which is to redevelop the kitchen. So we completely changed the kitchen. We changed from gas to induction hobs. We put in more efficient appliances. And really that's been the big project that got us going confidently on a journey of sustainability. And the reaction from people was there because we were innovating. There was change, there was apprehension, and particularly you know that there would have been apprehension for chefs to move from gas to electric. But I think if you were to ask any of the chefs now, they would much prefer induction. You know, it's got a lot of the benefits of gas. It's fast, it's probably faster than gas, it's instantaneous. They can have the convenience of the cold water tap directly over the hob, the cleaning, the cleanliness of the kitchen, the presentation of the kitchen, the environment. Like the constant heat from gas burners is gone, so it's a very pleasant environment. So I think they're the big advantages from the kitchen. Following on from that big job in 2019, which gave us great confidence to move on, we found ourselves in 2020 with ambition, but then COVID struck, so we were thrown into all that turmoil of closures and whatever. So after really rationalizing, we said, well, listen, we're in it for the long haul. Let's make use of this downtime. So during the lockdowns, we took down ceilings, we put in new ventilation systems, we put in heat recovery, and we zoned the bars and the restaurants so that they could be localized, so that we get very efficient local ventilation, and plenty of it, because it's based on heat recovery, which is about 80% heat recovery from those units, and then it's got CO2 sensors, so it'll ramp up the ventilation as required. So we've got a lot of, particularly in the winter, we've got, I think, very low cost heating because we've got such efficiency there. We're ventilating when required and as required. So that's really important for us. In the basement, we put in a big standalone air handling unit that would supply air to that. And that actually has 90% efficiency on heat recovery. So I think the benefits environmentally, comfort are really good because we've got a lot of fresh air. People notice that freshness. And there's a confidence, particularly when you went into a basement at that time. So we left the ducts exposed so that people could see them, and they're very attractive ducts, but we felt it was important to let people see that this space is in top shape. We recently completed a new floor on the building, and at that stage then we were able to advance with our PV program. So we've got about 45 panels on the roof. With the nature of this building, it's got we're actually over 7 stories from ground, basement, and 5 floors above it. So our roof area per floor area ratio is quite small. But we've actually done what we can. Some of our roof area is further diminished with roof terraces. But I think the PV is going to make a significant contribution to us over the years. With the dynamic and the particular circumstances, we didn't need any batteries because we will always be using the amount of PV that's produced. So we're very happy to have worked with the PV. We feel that it's silent, it's there, it's going to be just a great help with us in introducing our heat pumps, because we've got additional electricity demand. So that extra bump that we get from the PV will help us manage our MIC demand and keep below our agreed capacity with ESB networks. In the next few weeks, we'll be commissioning our heat pumps, and that's going to be a big step forward in our journey to net zero, because that would have eliminated gas usage in the building. So that's quite a big step for us. The other one that we're looking at, our restaurant opens directly off the lobby, and we're looking at the idea of putting an air curtain internally, which is perhaps a bit innovative because people are used to seeing them on external doors. But we've kind of come up with the idea, and the agency has justified it in terms of the energy savings. But so the lobby is a transient zone, so we see that as being comfortable at 19 degrees. There's a lot of air change there, so getting that up to a higher temperature would cost a lot of money. It can be done, and it has been done. But now we're going to put a heat curtain between the lobby and the restaurant, so that we can actually get the restaurant to 21 degrees or thereabouts, whatever is comfortable. And we think that will show a big effect on energy savings. Working with the agency for us over the years has really helped us make a big impact on our journey. When we've had an idea, when we've had something we want to bounce off somebody, when we need something interrogated properly, when we need to be told that doesn't work, the agency were really such a strong backup to us. And over the years, we developed great relationship, great confidence, trust. So the agency is a trusted partner, and they've brought us along this journey. They got us on the journey. They started us. I think if we had not continued with that relationship, we'd have found some roadblocks, we'd probably have taken some wrong directions, and we may be stuck somewhere. So I think the agency has been fundamentally important in the journey we've taken. A motivation as an independent hotel is to use the freedom we have within commercial constraints to make decisions, to advance the business, and to be in the leading pack for change. And that's becoming important for corporate clients and also leisure guests. They're becoming increasingly interested in what you're doing about sustainability. I believe it's common sense to look at the broader aspects of the business, to look at where we want to be in 10 years' time, to do something about it now, to change in time. The early adapters sometimes take risks, but you got to be in the leading pack. That's kind of the motivation. We look at payback, we look at finances, we look at all of that. We look long term. We look at things that make sense, and that's our driving force.